And they wrote that up as the first civil rights law in the country in 1865. I don't hear anybody mention that. They don't talk about civil rights, about something social. Civil rights was never social. Civil rights was never getting along with somebody. Civil rights had nothing to do with who you can marry, where you live. Civil rights had nothing to do about who schools you can go to, who restaurants you can go into. That was nobody cared about that crap. It was about who owned and controlled. And you had to have minimally 40 acres, a mule, and $100. And Andrew Johnson, when he heard that in the 1865 law, he jumped up immediately and vetoed it. And then the Congress came back in 1866 and ratified again and read it again. And it came back to him again. Andrew Johnson, who replaced Abraham Lincoln, who had been assassinated, replaced him. He vetoed it again. But this time, the legislators said, we ain't going for that twice. We got a major problem. Black folk have to have resources. They have to practice economics to be competitive. And going back to the 13th Amendment, we passed the 13th Amendment. And the 13th Amendment says something very specific. Even today, nobody does in politics around the world, and in this country in particular. The 13th Amendment says that a black person must be treated in manners equal to any white person in America. In the same manners. And the 1865 Civil Rights Law picked up on that, says that every level of government, I don't care what's the federal, state, city, or county, every level of government is bound and obligated to use all necessary means and resources to lift the badges and incidents of slavery off the shoulders of black folk. That was the Civil Rights Law. Now, did anybody in here hear me say anything about social integration and civil rights being something about getting along with people? Now, let me go back and give it to you.